Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. Glory be to God. Won't God find a way? Won't God find a way out of no way? Somebody told me the other day. Say, boy, every time I talk to you, you talk about God. I mean, God is the solution. God is our hope. Without God, there is no hope. What is there else to talk about? What we going to sow into the problem? We going to feed into the problem? No, God is the solution. God is moving. God is moving, so I'm here to tell you, love, just as sure as the wind is changing direction, as you can hear it, you can hear the wind. It's changing direction. My grandson told me the other day, it sounds like, ooh, and it does. Ooh, so ask yourself, who, who, you, that's who. If not you, who? God is within you. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, kings and queens, rise to reach your greatness. Yes, you can achieve your dreams, keepers of the dream. Do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe in you? That's what I'm asking you. Do you believe in you? Not what they told you, not what they said about you, not how they left you. Not what they told them about you. Not what they said they was gonna do. But do you believe you? Forget them for a minute. Do you believe you? See, because you can focus and concentrate on them so you can't even hear it's time to grow. You can't even hear about none of that. You just so focused on that. But what do you say? What are you gonna do? Huh? Hold on a minute. Have you heard? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. God is love. You're right. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, but hold on. I'll call you back. So did they say they were going? What? How you gonna get over there? See, because last time I heard and then there you go. You just gone on back off into foolishness. Just back down to ground zero, cause you done got pulled on back in, honey. I'm telling you. That's how it happened. One phone call, and then now you all in. See, you was doing good. You was over here. On this journey, on your journey as a lonely journey. Nobody want to hear about God. Nobody want to hear that. People want to, I'm telling you, people don't want to hear about God. So, honey, when I call and talk to somebody, they ask me, they'll put it out there. What John said, what Jack said, I said, Jack who? Oh, Young and the rest. Oh, well, let me let you go, see, because you want to talk about some people who ain't even real. I don't want to sit up and talk about that, some foolishness. These folks ain't real. You don't know what they going to do. It's up to the writers, what they going to do. How the writer think, what the writer want to do. So the writer is writing his imagination, and there it's all right. For you want to sit and watch it and believe it too. It was a time I used to. But honey, now I got to get the wisdom that's coming through. I got to hear from God. I got to hear what thus said the Lord, the word from God. The word is love. That's the word. While we want to go in what we say in the word, the Bible, that's the word. Okay, you want to go in the Bible and say this about them and say that about them. Well, what about you? You living in a glass house? Can you cast stones? Can you throw stones out? Can you really? See, let's not worry about what other folks doing. Let's worry about what we doing. See, I'm down there to do a job. I'm not down there to worry about what they doing, everybody else. As long as I do my job, and as long as it don't interfere with what I'm down there to do. See, they pay me. We sat down and we negotiated. See, you going to come down here and you going to do this. And when you do that, we'll pay you that. So I sat there and I thought about it. I said, okay, I'll take that for that. But see, it wasn't no add-on in the end. It wasn't nothing to say, well, you supposed to report this and that. You don't tell this and that, be there for this. You don't do all this other stuff. So see, I'm not part of the foolishness. I ain't feeding into that. And I ain't looking for none of that. I ain't looking for no romance. God is the romance. That's it. That's all I need. is what God got for me. See, I'm looking to the hills. I ain't looking to the foolishness. I ain't a part of it. So, and I let them know, it's time to grow. I don't, don't. See, that's one thing I learned about me. When I'm Jacqueline, and when you call me Jackie, you begin to twist me. Don't get me twisted. I ain't wacky Jackie. you know. And whatever they said about you, they can say names all day long, honey. It don't bother me. It don't, cause I know who I am. It used to affect me, cause I used to run around being a people pleaser. I used to try to please all the people all the time, and trying to please. Oh, please, let me please you. Please, would you please? Can I please? Have you please? Will you please? Have you? Where you please? What? Well, let me please. Allow me, please. I was a people please. I ain't even pleasing me. I'm trying to please thee. I'm out here pleasing. Trying to be pleasing but see, the only please, you got to please God. So please, sow love, please God, grow. That's what God wants you to do, to love and be loved. Please you for the breakthrough. Please you, and while you pleasing you, sow love too, all around you. That's how we're going to be to change the world, to make the world change, to make the world grow, to make us all come together as brothers and sisters in God, as God commands us, because we done had enough. So love, here we stand, man and woman, virtually hand in hand. I see you, Germany, keep growing. Keep rising. No matter what, you are greater. You are greater than any evil, anything around you. You are over all the foolishness, because God is over all in you. When you put God over all, God shall be over all. So don't let nothing get over all God. Because don't nothing come between you and God but and. That's it. Nothing come between you and God but and. Conjunction, that's that function, bringing you together, you and God. Conjunction, how's that function? Take that side you got from God, put it together with the rain that came. And I'm telling you, bring that side, that rain that came, you look over, oh boy, see, but that's who made you who you are today. Somebody got a problem with it, that's their problem. Thank your past. Thank you, past. That's who made me who I am today. I know. Oh, yeah, I went through that. Yep, I came through, honey. I'm a warrior on top of God. Got some battle scars on the inside and on the outside. It's all right. My heart healed. Time heals all wounds. We get through. We are warriors, soldiers on top of God. But God is in control of this battle. That's all I got to worry about. I'm out here. I'm out here doing it. Walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Who? Me. I'm out here doing it, honey. I'm out here walking a walk. When she walked through, okay, I'm walking through. When I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I got God walking too. God is carrying me through. God got me when I walk through. So I go ahead and walk in power. I walk in the power of the Lord. God gave me power. Greater is he that is in me than the evil that is in this world. Because I'm telling you something, there's some stuff going on in this lighthouse, honey. This lighthouse be jumping off. Don't be nobody up in here, but honey, be banging, creaking, walking. You can hear all footsteps. You hear all kind of stuff going on. It be, used to be a time stuff like that would have ran me up out of here. Ain't no way I sat up here and listen to that and be a part of this. But honey, God gave me power. Power. See, it ain't nothing but the spirits want you to be aware that they're here. Be aware. I'm aware that they're here. It bothered my daughter there, but she got over it. She back up in her room and she walking in power. And, they just want you to know they're here. Even though we've seen the apparitions and the window sliding up by itself, that's enough to make you get up out of here. 100-year-old house, the window stick. They stuck. You can't even push it up. It took that police officer all his might to push that window down. He was shaking as he pushed it down. I watched him. That's how strong that window is. So you mean tell me it's just gonna slide up by itself? Wham! Just like that. Wham! First it slid up a little bit. Then it went wham! So me, what I do, I run straight to Google. What make a window slide up by that? Nothing. Ain't nothing. Because it ain't nothing. Google ain't got no answer for that. When Google ain't got the question, then you might as well hang it up. You can forget it. Google ain't even had the question. They took me somewhere else. So, love, I grow. You know, I'm in here walking in the Lord. And I've had, some weapons that formed against me, honey, but I shall prosper. It's just really been a journey to grow. It really has. It's been a journey to grow. As I'm here, I do the work of the Lord 24/7. Even in my sleep, I'm growing. I think wisdom come to me. I just be so sleepy. I can't wake up to type it. I be so sleepy. I can't wake up to say it or to speak it. So I just be sleep, honey, and I sleep good. I used to have nightmares all the time. Used to always have nightmares before I began to grow in God. Now they just peaceful dreams. Just about people that I don't know, but people that know me. Just peaceful dreams. I can't even remember them, but they're peaceful. I can never remember my dreams. I don't know about you, but I can never remember my dreams. But the one dream that I have, and I'm alive, and I'm here, I pinch myself, and it's really happening. The happening. We are growing in God. Grow is the dream for the world to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I just want to say, hey, to my beautiful hometown, East St. Louis. I love you, East St. Louis. St. Louis, I love you too. I spent a lot of time in St. Louis, across the river, skipping school. In high school, me and my friends, we go hang out over there till it was time to go home from school. Go home. We had fun back then. It was good old days. I mean, you just go skip school, hang out, go. That's when the arch was free. You could ride the arch back then, and that was way before 9/11 happened. I was a kid back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, in high school, getting out of high school, being grown. God carried me through. Heard me against the world. When you're at home, you don't have a care in the world. You don't understand till you get out there. Me against the world. All eyes on me. Sow Love, here I grow. Here I grow in God. I want my city to grow. I want downtown to be beautiful again like it was when I was a kid. It was so pretty down there. I drew a picture, but, stuff get lost. But I drew a beautiful picture of downtown East St. Louis that I cherish in my mind because I remember what it looked like. I drew it. Think about what you can do around you. Think about how you can make a difference. Think about when they come at you, how you can come at them differently. Think about that ripple that's headed your way, how you can change that ripple into a heart today. You can change that ripple into a great big ripple that say God is love because God is. God is love, kings and queens, and it's time to sow love. It's time to change up some things. It's time to change hearts and minds to grow because we know it's time to grow. What they don't know, that it is what they don't know. It is what they don't know. And they gonna know It's time to grow. What they don't know is what they'll know. For real. They're going to know it's time to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Over. We getting over. Whatever oppression. This whole bunch of oppression. Folks bring oppression. Somebody say something to you wrong. There goes some oppression. They trying to oppress you. They trying to hold you down. You was smiling till they came your way. You was smiling till you seen them coming that way. You knew they were getting ready to say something. You just stood there and waited on. You just knew you should have turned around and went there. You should have started singing. My God, just made up some stuff. Glory, glory, glory. Hallelujah, hallelujah. See, when you start off like that, then they just going to stop and look at you. See, because you giving God the glory. Because they ain't getting ready to take your joy away. God gave you your joy. Don't let nobody take your God-given joy away. That's the spirit love that you was born with, honey. Keep smiling. Light up the world with your love. The light of God that is within you. Be the beacon of light too. Because that's what I am. Beaming light over here in the lighthouse. Beaming light to the world. Trying to light up your world. So you can light up somebody else's. Let's keep lighting stuff up. Light it up. Light it up for real. We're going to light up the world. We're going to light up the world in a beautiful way. I want to tell this story, but I don't want to. I want to, but I don't want to. But it's funny. I'm debating because you just don't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. When I say light up the world, I mean fire it up. Just fire up the world. Just fire it up. Light it up. Fire it up with love. See, because it's already on fire with the spiritual warfare. It's already on fire with evil and hate there. So we don't want to sow into it. Then you're going to get burnt. Don't sow into that evil and hate. Sow into the love. Sow love around you. Because look, we're going to fire it up in love too. We're going to fire it up in love for a breakthrough. For a beautiful breakthrough for God. So look. Baby daddy. He was out there. He was on that. He was one of the talented but lost. I was trying to reach him. I went through with him, honey. All in your mind. I learned all of that. I learned all of that. In the greatness of your mind, you can overcome anything. But it was one of those times, and I got mad. He had this big, beautiful barbecue grill out there that he made out of a barrel. He created it. It was his creation. And I scratched, I got mad because I wanted him to get his stuff and get out of there. I was tired of going through with him. He didn't want to change. I began to see that he didn't want to change, and I wanted him to leave me alone. Go ahead. Go on back down there to your mama house who you keep running back and forth to. Go on, stay down there for your breakthrough, and I'm going to stay up here for mine. I just, I got the baby. I take care of the baby. Be all right. You ain't studying the baby no way. So, it was one of those times, honey, and I took all, people just make you mad. But see, we got to grow from that, and now I know. That was back then, and I had to grow. I cut all the clothes up, because he had a big old stomach, so I cut the stomach part out. So when he put the shirt on, the stomach hang out. He said when he put it on, his mama started laughing. And then I scratched BITCH in the barbecue grill. And, we all sitting out there in the yard. And my sister sitting there, and of course she went there. We were talking about cooking and stuff. And so then she looked over at the barbecue grill with that scratched on it. And she said, fire that B up. That's what she said. Fire that B up. And so he gonna say later on, he do what she was saying. She trying to be funny. And it was funny at the time when she said it, but, it's still a little joke. We still joke about it. Fire that B up. We're gonna fire it up in love, honey. We're going to fire it up in love. I don't talk like that. But we're going to fire it up in love. What I used to do, I don't do that no more. I ain't that. I ain't who I used to be. I was, but I ain't no more. I grew from that. So thank you, past. I understand now. I understand what I need for tomorrow to fix tomorrow. What I'm working on today, I'm trying to work on tomorrow. See, because I live by the edge of tomorrow. But as the word turns, God got me, so love I grow. God is love. So that's what we gonna do. We gonna bring love in it too. That's all we got to do in order to get the breakthrough. You want to make it in, you want to make it through, you want to make you tired of life trying you. Honey, what you got to do, you got to change you, fix you, changing hearts and minds to grow too. It's that if you want to change, you got to start with you. You got to be the change. Really. You got to be the change. You got to look at you. What can you do? You got some spare change? Well, change you. You got some spare you got some spare change. You know, change some stuff around you. You know, start sewing into some things too. Because we want it better around us. Love, not hate, will make the world great. We got enough evil and hate all around us. We want our children to grow. Ask a child what they want to do. I want to grow up and be. That's what a child would tell thee. I want to grow up and be. Well, let's help a child to grow up and be. Let's fix today for tomorrow so that child can grow up and be. A child is God's ray of hope for tomorrow. When you look at a child, what they look at you with? Hope. They look right in your eye. Hope. I hope you wave. I hope you smile. A child look at you with hope. A child ain't nothing but love. Just unconditional love. All children, just just love. And what do when they get together? Just run and play with one another. They don't look at skin. You different. They don't look at skin color. They just run and play with one another. They do. Even just all children. They come together. Unless when they talk different, the world come at them. But see, the world got to come at them with love. We the world getting ready to come at them with love. We are the world that is getting ready to come at our hope, our children, our hope for tomorrow. We are getting ready to come at them with love. And we coming at the world in love. Bringing up love in, for, about, with, and on God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Come on, kings and queens, rise, keepers of the dream, believe in you. Yes, you can grow too. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. Yes, you are. You are growing. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Go ahead and rise. Rise. Rise to reach your greatness. Greatness in God.